Okay, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, no matter where you are in the world. I hope you're safe and happy and well with your loved ones. It's a wonderful time of the year. Every day is a wonderful time of the year to be with the people that you love. My name is Maria Hopwood Jones. I'm an ASEA Diamond. I live in Sydney, Australia, in a beautiful place called the Blue Mountains, which is a National Heritage Place. Today's webinar will be in three sections. I don't know we'll have time to do the Q&A. If you have questions, please make sure that you put them in the chat. If we get to them, we will. If not, please reach out to your upline. But to get you started, we're going to talk about the ASEA breakthrough and the opportunity. As I said before, this call is a fantastic follow-on to the one we just had with the Fantastic Five, simply because they talked about what the actual Redox signaling molecule does, how powerful they are, and now we're going to take it a step further. Stevie's going to take it a step further, and it's going to talk about what, and give you visuals, what it actually does to you visually, what it can do for your life, and what it can do for humanity. We'll hear about our fantastic guest speaker. So let me introduce Stevie first. So we'll start with that. So I've been actually, what do you say when you go look into other people's Facebook? Trolling or whatever, it doesn't matter. But I found this in Stevie Aquilina's Facebook page. Are you ready, Stevie? Tough times don't last, but tough people do. That's from Sylvester Stallone movie. Now, I tell you what, this is Stevie Aquilina to a T. He's been his own independent master and he's gone through a number of, for a long period of time, tough times. But through that experience, he's been able to acquire wealth of life experience and in business as well. He now lives in Queensland, Australia with his beautiful wife, Sarah, and their 4 boys. And a few years ago, about 6 years ago now, they made the best decision ever and they started their ASEA journey. Today, Sarah and Stevie are high-profile leaders in ASEA, very passionate about enhancing people's life and 100% committed to ASEA's mission to better people's life and be a force for good in the world. Stevie, I welcome you, my lovely brother.
Oh, my lovely sister. Thank you so very much for such a kind and beautiful and personal introduction. So yeah, I appreciate you. And, being able to work with you has been a gift, but, really more than that, being able to become friends with you and see you succeed and be inspired by you. You deserve your own introduction, in fact, because you're a tremendous lady and leader, not just with your own team, but which extends globally, but with anybody that needs help in bettering their life and needs a bit of a force for good in the world. You are that force for good. So I really appreciate being able to know you and work with you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Folks, let's jump straight into this presentation. I appreciate you and I appreciate your time. It is incredibly valuable. So I don't intend to waste it because I can't refund it to you. So I find it more valuable than just about anything else on the planet. So let me make the most of that time and share with you information that I believe you will see just as we have when we first saw it. Personally, I saw it just over 6.5 years ago. And from the moment I was handed this information, it was high priority for me to bring it to everybody's attention. The level of importance of this information is incredibly high because the level of impact that it's having in people's lives is significantly deep. And so I am filled with a sincere sense of duty and responsibility and obligation to put this forward to everybody. And so thank you for allowing me to do that with you today and fulfill that duty. And I think that at the very least, excuse me, at the very least, you're going to see how significant it is for yourself, but you're probably going to identify some people in your life who are significant to you, who really not just deserve, but also need to know about this information too. So rather than me hyping it up anymore, let me just jump straight in and tell you what the heck this is all about. So first of all, as Maria said from the introduction, my name is Stevie Aquilina. In case you couldn't tell by the introduction or by my Crocodile Dundee accent, I am from Australia. My family and I live in Australia. We're originally from Sydney, but now we live on the Gold Coast. And that was really a dream come true when we can make that happen. We are minutes from beautiful beaches, mountains, rainforests, coastal cities, theme parks. We absolutely love it. I feel very blessed and very grateful for my life. And, I'm also lucky enough to have an income and time and freedom that allows me to enjoy a great lifestyle with my family. It's also taken us to many parts of the world that were once upon a time really way too far out of my reach to get to, because the good vibes and good times have not always been the case. I was a very difficult, awkward, and weird child to parent, bring up in school. I never made the grades in school. I was often told I was stupid and useless on a daily basis, actually. And I figured out along the way, when you're told something often enough, especially while you're young and impressionable enough, you kind of start to believe it. And so I later became a teenage runaway and a high school dropout. And with that kind of thinking, I just walked myself way off track on life's journey throughout my teens and 20s, to be honest. The PG version is I had more than 20 different jobs in far less that time. And for over a decade, I was a very dumb, but very good looking bouncer in what used to be the most popular nightclubs in Sydney, King's Cross, for those who know the notorious area of Sydney. I was a daydreamer, but not a daydream believer. What I mean by that is I had big dreams. I wanted to be, do, and have, and I really wanted to be able to give more, actually, but I had little self-esteem, little sense of self-worth. And so I had little self-confidence. And so I'd done little with my life, and therefore I had little to give as a result of that. Now, physically, I've always been athletic, mainly in martial arts, even to right now. But back then, I had health troubles. You wouldn't have known it looking at me, but I had an autoimmune disease. I had inflammatory diseases. I had severe skin, respiratory, and gut diseases most of my life. And I had lots of bad injuries too. My martial arts was very old and very hardcore. Financially, I got myself stuck in go nowhere jobs with hopes going nowhere, no prospects, no financial security, no financial dignity. And I'm embarrassed to say I've been embarrassingly broke, so much so that I've had the phone, electricity, and gas cut off. I've not been able to run my car because I just couldn't afford the petrol. I've not been able to make the rent, and I've been evicted from my house. No financial dignity. Now, always believed in possibilities, but my problem was I doubted my potential. And so with that kind of contradiction, and it led to uncertainty and confusion and feelings of being unfulfillment and unhappy and frustrated and trapped, unable to be who I wanted to be. Now, as for some fortunate things that have happened in my life, first and foremost, I met the girl of my dreams. And right then and there, more than ever before, I was motivated to become more. She believed in me and told me that I was more. And I figured out once again, when you're told something often enough, right? Now, also, I was introduced to this company's life-changing breakthrough, opportunity, and training. The company leaders here are not just extremely successful people, but extremely ethical people. And they believed in me too, but more importantly, taught me how to believe and become more. So now, thankfully, today, instead of having health and wealth problems, I've solved them, and I have the honor of helping others solve them too because of this life-changing breakthrough. Instead of financial insecurity and indignity, I have security and dignity because of this life-changing financial opportunity. And instead of being trapped, unfulfilled, unhappy, and frustrated, confused, and uncertain, and scared, I now have the ability to believe and become more, and the ability to give more. Because this company's training has shown me a life-changing, better way. So now I really, really honestly want to spend the rest of my life doing nothing less than bettering people's lives in at least any one of these life-changing ways too. So here's what I'm going to share with you first. It is the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime. Medical experts say this. They're saying that this is a very big breakthrough. If you've just come off the last call, you've heard it again and again. This is a breakthrough greater than the discoveries of DNA or penicillin, which were huge and some of the greatest medical breakthroughs. But medical experts are saying that this breakthrough you're about to learn about goes even deeper than that. And for 2 decades, science had declared this was impossible. So it's kind of a miracle that it's being put before you. And this is a breakthrough with enormous potential. And that's proven by renowned universities and world-leading laboratory medical studies. It's a very, very advanced breakthrough, considered to be 15 years ahead of its time. Any health goals, challenges, problems, or concerns you can think of, remarkable results. But drug companies wanted it shut down. However, we'll talk more about that a little later. Before I tell you what this is, let's get absolutely clear about what this is not, because this is nothing like anything else you've ever seen before. It's nothing like these things. What we'll be talking about here goes well beyond drugs or nutrition, well beyond any type of ingredients or technology you already know about, because what we're going to talk about here is an entirely new frontier in science that goes well beyond anything you've ever seen before. It is truly groundbreaking. It is category creating, and it is a real deal healthcare breakthrough. So here we go. The ASEA Redox cell signaling technology is a drink that contains active redox signaling molecules. That is all that this bottle contains. But what are redox signaling molecules? Redox signaling molecules are made by your cells. And so they are made within your body. They're in you right now. These redox signaling molecules are native to your body. And what are they? They're your cellular messengers that affect your cell-to-cell communication and therefore your cellular operation. And that is everything, because that's all you're made up of is cells. So we're talking everything, all the way down to your genetic expressions are being affected by redox signaling molecules in a very positive way. Redox signaling molecules and redox signaling is really a remarkable process because it is the actual process that empowers your body to do everything, including heal itself. And that happens by redox signaling molecules telling your cells how to protect healthy cells, how to repair unhealthy cells, and how to replace damaged cells. That's how your body knows how to regenerate its own tissue. Redox signaling molecules also activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, infection. Redox signaling is what keeps cells functioning and healing the way that they should at optimal levels. Now, why is this also important? Well, as we've already touched on, we are all made of cells. Every single one of us, head to toe, inside out. We live and die at the cellular level. And so redox signaling molecules is what makes all of our cells healthy and able to work properly. Healthy cells means a healthy body, and that makes a healthy life. So redox signaling molecules are the keys to this life of ours. They are essential for the activation and function of all of our normal physiology. All of our body's major systems, biochemical and physiological, all of these processes critically depend on redox signaling. Critically, because if all of your cells were to suddenly stop making redox signaling molecules right now, you wouldn't live longer than just a few more mere seconds. You can survive much longer without water and food, but not a moment without redox signaling molecules. Without redox signaling molecules, life ends. So if our bodies already make these redox signaling molecules, then why do we give our bodies more? Well, because when we're born, we do make an abundance of redox signaling molecules. That is generally, by the way, why children have so much energy. You ever notice that? How they can run around all day and not wake up sore the next day, and they do it all over again, that running around. And it's how they can bounce back so quickly from an injury or illness. We produce an abundance of these redox molecules when we're younger. But as we age, and along with stress, poor diet, toxins, and all sorts of other environmental assaults, man-made, yes, but also natural, all of these stresses breaking down our cells. Our cells break down. Our body's ability to make these redox molecules therefore declines and breaks down too. And without as many of these redox signaling molecules giving clear cell signals, our whole cellular protection and healing process becomes slow. Our cells break down more and more. We break down more and more in the production of these molecules. And it's a vicious cycle that leads down to ultimately a breakdown in our health, wellness, youth, and vitality. Now, ASEA takes science seriously and is highly committed to ongoing research with renowned universities and world-leading laboratories, allowing these outside and independently and reputable reviewed studies to prove the potential of ASEA redox signaling supplements and demonstrate the safety and efficacy of the ASEA redox products outside of the company, certifying them as safe and effective in everybody. And ASEA is within a very real and significant space of science because redox science is based in Nobel Prize winning research. Since the first Nobel Prize was awarded to these three professors back in 1998 for the first discovery of a signaling molecule, there have now since been multiple signaling molecules discovered with multiple Nobel Prizes awarded for research in this field. And if you went along to pubmed.gov, which is where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published in the National Library of Medicine, and if you were to type in redox signaling in the search bar at that site, you would see well over 33,000 results. And there are more than 1,500 medical textbooks that have been published on redox signaling. And let me tell you, this slide will already be out of date, guaranteed, because there are around 150 studies coming out almost every single month. Now, according to medical researchers, as reported in the Huffington Post and other media, who specifically wrote about ASEA in this article I'm sharing with you, redox signaling is one of the fastest emerging fields in science that will shape all of our lives in the coming years. And let me tell you, there are now multiple universities who've received tens of millions of dollars in grants to open up Redox research centers. There are now global medical conferences and congresses being held about Redox, and medical doctors are specializing in Redox, with one such professor, a doctor at Harvard Medical School, who has a PhD and title that includes Director of Redox Medicine. And as for ASEA outside of all this, we're already light years ahead. Now, ASEA Redox users enjoy cell signaling benefits. As we've discussed, that translates to health at its most foundational level. And here's just another example of that. ASEA Redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways and affect your genes that improve your immune system health, that help maintain your healthy inflammatory response, that help maintain your cardiovascular, your heart health, and support your arterial elasticity, your arteries, and that improves your gut health and your digestive enzyme production and modulates your hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. Now, these mentioned genes, these 5 genes, are key in the health of every individual, and they play a vital role, not just in the 5 mentioned human health areas, but also in dozens of additional genetic pathways. So for multiple other reasons and situations in our body as well that we just don't have time to go through. Now, moreover, from this, ASEA Redox has also been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%. That's your body able to produce and use antioxidants 8 times better than it can without ASEA and without taking an antioxidant supplement, by the way. Now, further studies show that ASEA lowers oxidative stress. Now, I know I'm throwing some science at you here, but bear with me. This one, well, all of it, but especially this is very important. The head professor of this university study has come out saying that one of the most important effects of ASEA on disease risk factors is ASEA's ability to reduce oxidative stress. Now, why is that so significant? Because all degenerative health concerns are caused by oxidative stress, and ASEA significantly reduces that. So from rigorous toxicology studies also, ASEA is proven to be 100% safe. 0% toxicity. Why? Because redox signaling molecules are already in you. They are native to your body. They're already there. Your body already makes them. It's just that now your body can't make as much of them as it used to be able to when it was younger and healthier. So if you have health challenges, or if you have people that you care about who do, if you have a wish that you could look, live, and feel young again, if you have the very good sense for protecting your health because you don't want to become old and unwell, if you have a goal of having higher levels of human performance, whether it's in sport or in the gym or just in your everyday life, any health goal you can think of, redox users and medical doctors are seeing just remarkable results. But you really don't need to take my word for it because there are plenty of medical doctors talking about this. Let's listen to some right now and what they have to say.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. What can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it. People need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants. And the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries, but now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies, and this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
Now that we've spoken about cellular health from the inside out, let's show you what's possible from the outside in. That's made possible by ASEA's topical versions of Redox technology. They are Renew 28, our Redox gel, and our intensive Redox serum. That's the two products on the right. Now, these Redox technologies are supported and enhanced by their complementary all-natural ingredients products. That is our gentle refining cleanser and our ultra replenishing moisturizer, the two products on the left. Now a picture is worth 1,000 words. So let's just show you what our ASEA Redox technologies are actually worth with these photos, with these pictures, with these amazing health, anti-aging, and age-reversing results. Lines and wrinkles are smoothed out. Elasticity comes back to the skin. Skin blemishes, spots, dots, and marks. Inflammations, irritations, aggravations, as you can see behind the ear there. Other signs of poor health to the skin being renewed. Even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate, young people too, being affected in a very positive way, improving the quality of life, being rejuvenated. Even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate conditions are coming back to the proper surface of the skin. Now, this is Rosie, and the dramatic difference that you're seeing in the first two pictures on the left could not be seen by Rosie because she did not take those pictures. And also Rosie believed that the products were not working. Now, Rosie went along to see her doctor. That's who took these pictures and who told her about ASEA, Rosie's doctor. And when Rosie told her doctor that the products didn't work, the doctor showed these pictures to Rosie, and I guess the rest of the story can be seen here, right? Now, everybody says they want to see how ASEA goes. It's very unique, it's very intriguing, it's very exciting. But Rosie missed the moment-by-moment changes by not taking pictures when she wanted to see how it goes. And you may miss the changes too, so please take pictures. That's how you see how it goes. And for anything you can't take a picture of, keep a written record instead. Now, for anything, in regards to a frame of time, some people notice results within a reasonable amount of time, like Rosie, 7 weeks. Others can happen within 7 days, and others can have an experience in around about 7 to 10 minutes. But some people need to apply more product time and patience, generally when there's more going on with their health. What we know scientifically is that redox signaling molecules are all the same. They're the same in you, in me, in animals, in plants, and in bottles of ASEA. Studies show that ASEA Redox products have an immediate positive effect. They work in every single person, every single time. It would be, in fact, scientifically impossible for them to not work in you and or hurt you. But what does differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice the change. Now, this doctor did a little experiment of his own on his very own face and used Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. Can you spot the difference there? Now, Renew 28 is not just for the face. As you can see here, a lady's arm and a hand and bellies. More bellies on these pictures here. And buttocks. You can actually use Renew 28 all over. Now, these pictures are actually from a study from a world-leading laboratory. And this study was done because there were many reports coming in from all over the world from people saying that their cellulite had disappeared while they were using Renew 28. And so these scientists set upon very strict studies to see if there was any truth to these stories. And what they found was after 12 weeks, there was a 16% reduction in the appearance of cellulite. And when the scientists did ultrasounds to try and discover how this is happening, they saw that the subcutaneous fat, the fat that was causing the cellulite, was actually being dissolved from the use of Renew 28. So Renew 28 helps reduce the appearance of cellulite, wrinkles, enhancing the skin texture, smoothing the skin, not just for visibly younger looking skin, by the way. It goes deeper than that. It's for healthier skin. Now, Renew 28 helps soothe skin discomfort after things such as shaving or sun exposure. But Renew 28 is not just for the skin. Again, it goes deeper than that. It helps soothe discomfort around the body. And you can know about it in about 10 minutes. If you have anything around your body that is hurting you, you can give that spot a score on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 meaning maximum hurt. And then you can apply Renew 28 on that sore spot 3 times within 5 minutes. And usually 9 to 10 out of every 10 people will notice a soothing or reduction of that sore spot within approximately 10 minutes. Now, nothing I've said here today has been intended to diagnose anything that you're going through. And ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. Now, it is a universal truth and historical fact that with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. But before I go into that, since we've shown you what's going on the outside in, we've spoken a bit about the inside out, but after you've seen what's going on from the outside in, could you imagine what would be happening on the inside out if you were using these redox molecules on the inside out? And there are some really, really good examples around the world, but one of the great ones comes from a great man. And he's my best mate. He's an Aussie living in Hawaii. And he has come from a very concerning challenge, not just upon his health, but upon his life, to then getting his life back because of this breakthrough. Now, because of this and because of the greatness that is within him and the great service he does around the world and helping others to get access to this information too, he's now an international multi-million-dollar success story. He's an ASEA Ambassador Triple Diamond in this organization. He's the #3 highest ranking associate in the world with this company. He is a multi-million-dollar earner club member with this organization. He has many awards, some of those being the ASEA Business Builder of the Year Award, the ASEA Entrepreneurial Spirit Award, the ASEA Emerging Leader of the Year Award. He's very rewarded and very awarded, I want to let you know, for a very important reason. He is bettering and giving back people's lives in more ways than one with this tremendous breakthrough. I was one of the first. I'll be forever grateful to this man because, as I said, we're filled in this organization with very successful and ethical leaders who believed in me and taught me how to believe, belong, and become more. But Dan was the first to pick me up and take me in, put me under his wing, and I'll be forever grateful to you for that, mate. So thanks very much for joining us today. I'm going to hand the reins to you.
Thank you, Stevie. Thank you for that introduction. We've lost Maria Hopwood Jones. She's having some internet issues. Beautiful blue mountains, but also it's a little bit remote out there. Don't know what's going on, but must have some bad weather. Thank you again, Stevie. Incredible presentation. Love being on with you, mate. Guys, the great thing about what we do is we share our stories. We're in a situation where we've got this incredible breakthrough product, but this is something that we don't have to sell to anybody or convince anybody to do anything, with what we do. So just relax, uncross your arms and unfold your legs. And let's take on a little journey of where I came from with having incredible health to losing it totally and then regaining it, and the rest is history. So whoever's invited you to this call, as far as I'm concerned, they've handed you an incredible gift. And whether you want to open that gift or not is totally up to you. Hopefully the information that we give you can help you make an informed decision whether you want to do something with this or not. Just to reiterate what Stevie said, these products are not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. We have this amazing technology, these incredible products that can literally help and signal your body to heal itself. So going back to Sydney, Australia, and as Stevie said, well, Stevie mentioned Hawaii, but we're in Panama at the moment. We say wherever we lay our hat is our home. We do miss Australia and our family and friends over there, but we love traveling too. And, you know, it's been an amazing journey too. You know, I look back and not having health 6 years ago, and we were literally living in a van and almost going to the Salvation Army for food stamps, to where we are today. I would never expected to be traveling the way we do, to see the cities and the countries that we've seen in the last few years, and to make a lot of incredible friends on our way through. So going back to Sydney, Australia, I played many sports, from rugby for 17 years, judo, gymnastics, aerobics, surfing, and also this thing called bodybuilding. A lot of dedication, a lot of devotion when you're doing a sport like this, or any sport, and you know, you want to get to your peak level and do the best you can. I did excel at sports, but I excelled and took my focus off school. By doing so, I was one of these kids that hated school, and I tried to avoid homework at every opportunity that I could. Probably a little bit ungrateful, because my parents did an incredible job of putting us 3 kids through private schools, but I ended up dropping out of school, and I just wanted to get a job. I wanted to get a good job and make some money. And my father, when I approached him and said, "Hey, I want to leave school," he said, "Yep, that's fine, son, but get a job that I like, and you can leave." And I said, "What do you mean a job that you like? I'm the one that's got to work it." But anyway, I ended up getting a job in one of the big 4 banks in Australia. And after a few years, did really well, worked my way up from cleaning the coffee machine to, would you believe, the engineering department, looking after all the major computer systems in Sydney for Westpac, for the big bank. And what happened was I realized that I didn't want to work from 9 to 5, getting up early in the morning, getting home late at night, 2 hours journey on a train either way. And it just wasn't for me. And I wanted to go into business for myself, and I did that. And this is where I went into business in the health and fitness industry. So back here, I was a personal trainer, had multiple businesses in the health and fitness industry in my early 20s. This is me at 24. I didn't realize at this time, but over the next 20 years, I ended up building and selling 20 traditional businesses, employing about 3,500 people. So that was something I was quite good at. I never had anyone to teach me, train me, mentor me. I never let school get in the way of a good education. If I wanted to achieve something, I went out and I did it myself. So fast forward 20 years, from 24 to 44, this is a picture of me, and obviously not a bodybuilder anymore, but I went to the gym every single morning, and I was into cardiovascular work. I just wanted to be fit and healthy. I wanted to be the best version of a 50-year-old that I could be, leading up to 50 years old. And unfortunately, this was coming to the end of me being a successful entrepreneur, because what happened 6 months later, a symptom came to the surface. I found something that wasn't right. In 2011, there's a picture of me on the right-hand side, going through 2.5 years of what I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. In and out of hospital, lost all my hair, felt so sick for that period of time. And there were periods that I just didn't want to be here anymore, literally going through what I went through. This is a young friend of mine, Johnny Manor, on the left-hand side, 21 years old in this photo, played the highest levels of rugby in Australia. And he'd been through all the hospital visits that I had started, and he was in remission at this stage. Unfortunately, after this photo was taken, his problem came back. He went back into hospital, started losing a lot of weight, lost all his hair, never came out, lost him at the age of 23. And it was a very difficult time, because, from what I knew back then, the doctors would say that Johnny had the good one and I had 2 of the bad ones. So at the end of my 2.5 years of hospital visits, my doctors literally told me to get my affairs in order. Prognosis was not good at all, and it was going to be the fight for my life. So at that point, I made the decision to take the responsibility of my health back into my own hands. I did some research. Research led to an alkaline diet, and I totally cleaned up my diet. I became a pescatarian, just ate fish and vegetables and salads and nice, good drinking water. Spent a lot of money on supplements, super juices, antioxidants, alkaline water from a lot of network marketing companies around the world, finding out that there were good products out there. Hard pill for me to swallow because I didn't believe in the network marketing industry because I came from traditional business, and I thought that was the only way to go as far as generating income and building a life and lifestyle. So bit the bullet, and I bought products from companies like Zango, their mangosteen juice, Isogenics, Product B, Life Vantage, Pro Tandem, Max Products, Cellgevity, and Kangen Water. You might know some of these companies. Well, if you do and you know these products, and I never talk negatively about any other company or their products, but I want to show you the results after 2 years doing everything that I did and taking all these products. How do you think I look, guys? How do I look? Well, you're right. My blood works were still heading in the wrong direction. I was still in a lot of trouble with my health. This is 2014. Bart Cotter reached out to me and he said, I think I found something that can help. Long story short, flew from Sydney, Australia to Salt Lake City, Utah, started on the ASEA. In 3 hours, my body was expelling things so quick, I had little red spots all over my chest, my back, and my shoulders. In 12 hours, a 20-year stomach problem, a caffeine intolerance had gone away. And in 48 to 72 hours, because I had so much lung damage from what they did to me in that hospital where I had trouble breathing and talking at the same time, my lungs were functioning perfect. Now let's fast forward. I went back to Australia, kept drinking this product. 1 year later, 2015, this is the day the doctors told me no sign of those two major health challenges. Not only that, multiple injuries from playing sports had gone away, which were turning into that crippling issue as people get older. 20 years of pollen problems, sneezing and runny nose. My whole body was rebuilt top to bottom in 2015, taking the ASEA. Now let's fast forward another 2 years. This is 3 years on the product. How do I look? Well, feeling fantastic, looking younger, feeling younger. Just an amazing ride from the 3 years prior. And I've been on the product for 6 years now, but let's go back to 2014, no health. 2015, 1 year on the product. And 2017, 3 years on the product. And what you're seeing on the outside is a reflection of what was happening on the inside in each of those photos. My complexion here is a reflection of what's happening on the inside. You can always sort of look at someone and see how they look on the outside, and you know they're not too well on the inside. Because if your cells are healthy on the outside, your skin cells, you know, more than likely you're doing okay on the inside as well. So things evolved, and along the way, I started sharing this with other people. It became a responsibility to help others. ASEA's got this incredible business model behind it, network marketing, which I never believed in. If you came to me 10 years ago with Amway this way or that way, I would have definitely run the other way. But knowing what I know, I would never go back to traditional business or to any corporate job with this incredible business model and the power of leverage. So it was really the business model that saved my life, because if it wasn't for being able to share this with others, helping other people with whatever they wanted to achieve with what we had on offer, I wouldn't have received the thank you checks that I invested back into my own health, buying more product and saturating my body, getting it to the problem, and then signaling my body to heal itself. So I've said this many times, and I don't think we're past halfway. The world's been crazy for about 12 months now, and I believe that this is the perfect storm for our opportunity for the company, for these products. We've got a vehicle that can potentially take people back to their health, or take people anywhere they want to go financially. I love the fact that we can help other people receive these thank you checks and give ourselves a pay rise every single week if we wish. And with that, I'm going to pass back to Stevie to talk about the opportunity behind ASEA, which is the most compelling that I've ever seen in my life.
Thank you so very much, Dan. Thank you very, very much. All right, folks, as I touched on before, with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. The greater the breakthrough, the greater the opportunity. And ASEA is a life-changing breakthrough. And that has created a life-changing financial opportunity behind all of it, to make a living while bettering people's lives. Now, ASEA's Redox products are the first and only redox signaling supplements for two very simple reasons. One, for nearly 3 decades now, no one else other than just one person, Dr. Gary L. Samuelson, who's a medical atomic physicist, no one but this gentleman has been able to figure out how to create and stabilize redox signaling molecules outside of the body. In fact, for the 2 decades before Dr. Samuelson's breakthrough work, science had declared that this was all impossible. And two, ASEA is heavily patented. But not only is ASEA not allowed to be copied, ASEA can't be copied because there's no way to look into a bottle of ASEA and be able to figure out how to reverse engineer it, because there are trade secrets in the making of ASEA, not in the bottle. And so it really can't be copied. And that means we have no copycats, and that means we have no competition. And that means no one in the world has what ASEA has, no one. And that means no other products in the world can do what ASEA does. None of them, because none of them are redox signaling molecules. Nothing else in the world, therefore, can get to the depth and level of achievement in the human body as what ASEA can, because it is redox signaling molecules. And because redox works in everybody, and because everybody needs redox, and because nothing in the body works as well or at all, in fact, without redox, including all of these other great products, doesn't matter what it is, juice, pills, super shake, fancy water, CBD oil, whatever it is, nothing can work in the body without redox signaling molecules. And because redox can't hurt anybody, and because no other products can make these claims, ASEA holds massive opportunities across all health science sectors, whether it's healthcare, wellness, sports science, athletic performance, beauty, skincare, aging, longevity. These are multi-trillion-dollar industries, by the way. And again, ASEA is the only company in the world that the world can get a redox supplement from, and nothing else can work as good as it. And so ASEA really is an entrepreneur's dream. Now, our mission here at ASEA is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. We can't do that on our own. And so we look for people to help spread the word. And what we do is not complicated. We personally share ASEA Redox with customers. We grow and expand a global network of others doing the same. And in this way, you can become your own boss. You're in business for yourself, but you're never in business by yourself, because together we're better. And together we work to improve the productivity of the networks we've built nationally and internationally. So it's kind of like a franchise business, right? But instead of building restaurants and burgers like let's say McDonald's do, we build people. Instead of building buildings, we're building people. And in regards to the product, we don't even need to make, ship, or handle the products, by the way. The company does all of that for you. And so in this way, you can make an income like a franchise. In fact, even more than that, greater than a franchise, but without all of the expenses and stress. So ASEA gives you the opportunity to earn money just by sharing Redox with others. So for people looking for either an extra, part-time, full-time, big time, or legacy living income, for people who have dreams of a better life, income, lifestyle, there are levels of commissions to meet whatever levels of ambitions to be able to afford making your goals, dreams, and desires reality. And ASEA helps you create income that is both residual and leveraged. So you receive a residual income, not just from the first, but from all of the ongoing and repeated purchases made by every single person you refer to ASEA. And listen, because you can refer as many people as you like, and because those people can purchase as much product as they like, and because you get paid every single time they purchase, from the first to however many more times they want to purchase after that, that makes the residual income potential to you unlimited. Now, on top, you also receive unlimited leveraged residual income. And that comes from all of the repeated purchases made by every single person your contacts and others to infinite end also refer. And I mean to infinite end. There's no limits to how far and wide and deep these referrals can go. Now, just like when you recommend a good movie, TV series, restaurant, cafe, book, food, homewares, beauty products, beauty salons, whatever it might be, it's natural. People tell people stuff who then tell even more people stuff, and it goes on and on. It's word of mouth, and it is the oldest and still today #1 most powerful, effective, trusted, and listened to form of marketing in the world. There's no limits, especially with how connected the world is today. Word spreads worldwide. ASEA is currently in 35 countries and opening up new markets almost every single year. We've been operating for over 10 years, and we've been debt-free and profitable since our first year. And based on existing trends, the annual turnover is projected to exceed more than $500 million in the next 5 years. Now, this residual income stuff is very impressive, but what's more important to that is residual income is just that, very important. You have residual bills. Why not have residual income? Do you know what happens to most people by the time they're 65? Out of every 100 people, only 1 are wealthy. Only 3 are financially secure. 7 must still work to survive at 65. And these people are not working because they want to. They are working because they have to. They are still a slave to the dollar at 65. But worse still, 74 out of every 100 people are dependent on welfare by 65. So what's going wrong? Because to me, that doesn't sound like a financial plan. It sounds like a financial failing plan. So what's one of the main financial principles that the top 4%, might have figured out that the other 81% didn't? And it's probably most likely and almost definitely this. It's how to make money that is no longer dependent on your paid by the hour, selling your precious time for money, labor intensive or own activity job, known as active income. Now, sooner or later, you won't be able to be as active as you are right now. Therefore, you won't be able to have as much active income as you have right now. This is very concerning for me when I learned these facts, because I thought, well, my active income already isn't enough as it is. Not understanding and not creating a residual income is one of the biggest problems 81% of people get trapped in and then find it all out too late. Money is an excellent servant, but a terrible master. If you don't find a way to master your money, if it is the master of you, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will be a slave for money until you die. Now, I'm not saying jobs are bad. They're a good place to start for most of us. And if you truly do love your job, by the way, keep it. You are blessed. But still, find a way to make money outside of your job that won't interfere with what you're currently doing. Because no matter which way you look at it or what you're doing, only relying on a single source of active income is not smart and dangerous to your financial security. So for people who are smart, who've been wanting to be in the right place at the right time, are able to recognize a good thing, who decide to take control of their finances, their freedom and their security. For people who aren't happy with the amount of money that they have, sure, but also for people who aren't happy with how they're making their money right now. For people who have dreams and desires of a better life, ASEA is a significant opportunity where you can make a significant impact in people's lives and be paid a significant residual income from the inevitable growth of its global expansion to afford you those dreams and give you that real freedom. Now, there's nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives, and that's what you get to do with ASEA, better people's lives. And it's really who we become and what we do that is really the biggest reward over and above any riches it will make you. Now, you can make really great money here at ASEA, that is for sure. And you can even be rewarded on top with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations all around the world. And you'll have a really great time meeting great people, making great friends, having great experiences, having a great lifestyle. How do I know that? Because that's what's happened to me. But you know what? Really, at the end of the day, it is the effect we have on others. I'm telling you right now, that is one of the greatest currencies there is. And that is the heart of ASEA. And it was demonstrated because after big pharmaceutical companies were shown tens of millions of dollars and 17 years worth of powerful research and clinical studies proving ASEA, those big drug companies offered to pay ASEA huge sums of money for the sole and exclusive rights to the ASEA Redox technology. However, those drug companies wanted ASEA to shut down and they wanted everyone taken off Redox. But thankfully, the founders of ASEA, Virtus and his son, Tyler Norton, they had the great foresight to see very grave concerns and consequences in that deal, because Virtus and Tyler got to see people who went from severe health challenges that once left them and their doctors even feeling hopeless, to then these people with these health challenges experiencing life-changing power from Redox. And when Virtus and Tyler saw this, they were filled with a great sense of purpose and responsibility to get this breakthrough for humanity out to you, out to the world. And so Virtus and Tyler felt that they could not in good conscience sell out. And so that's exactly why they didn't. They said no to the payout from big pharma companies and yes to the people who needed a breakthrough. You see, for Virtus and Tyler, what had once started out as just a very big business play had now very quickly become more, because the ASEA founders turned down that huge sum of money, deciding to go the supplement route, deciding to go the health route instead of the drug route, in order to expedite, speed up the availability of this technology globally, making it available to you and me and everyone without a prescription. And here is where one of ASEA's foremost guiding principles was at first and almost best demonstrated. As is perpetually demonstrated, I should say, in every decision they make, they hold this principle true. Always put people and principles before ego and economics. People before profits. Now, don't get me wrong, the ASEA founders and their corporate team come from big backgrounds, up to Fortune 50 backgrounds. They are exceptionally experienced in being able to run very big, very profitable global companies, but their corporate soul revolves around putting people first. People before profits. Very good at making profits, but never at the cost of people. So they want to have an impact, make a difference. They want to help you believe, belong, and become more. And they want to be a force for good in the world for you. So you're in very good hands. Get back with the person who shared this with you. Do it right after this call. Straight away. Call them, text them at the least. Let them know what stood out to you the most here. And if you have any questions, ask them, because they can point you to where you can find the answers easily. There's plenty of proof, plenty of university studies, but most importantly, there's hundreds of thousands of real people's life-changing redox experiences for you to see ASEA is the real deal. And that's the best proof in the pudding, the impact it's having for people. So if you want to be happier and healthier, if you want to live younger, longer, stronger, you may just want to become an ASEA customer. But if you have more in your heart, if you want more, if you have dreams and desires, if you want to be, do, have, and able to give more, if you want to help people be happier and healthier, if you want a better life, income, lifestyle, if you want that for others, if you want to increase the prosperity of the planet, if you want to make a difference in the world, well, then you can become part of this redox reality and you can become more. If you'll just pass this information on for many, many others, as someone has passed it on to you, you can and you will better the lives of many, many others, and your life will become better in many, many ways. So thank you very much for spending this time with me. May you always be happy and well. And I think we've got Maria back now. So thank you, Dan. And hey, thank you, Maria.
We're here, we're all here. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, thank you so much. Had a bit of an internet, challenge, all fixed. Right, so to close off, first of all, I would like to point something very powerful to everybody on this call. Thank you for staying on. There are no coincidences, and everything has got a divine plan. If Dan hadn't taken his health into his own hand and became responsible for it, you and I and everybody on this call and everybody around the world that have had amazing benefits from ASEA and using the ASEA products would not be using this product, would not experiencing this. So please, on behalf of everybody, not just here, but everybody around the world, Dan, thank you so much for your passion, your passion for life and everything you do for, across the world as you travel the world now. So you're an amazing leader and mentor. We truly appreciate your time. Stevie, my lovely man, he's my brother. He's just lovely. I don't say that lightly. Thank you for sharing your story and your life journey. I found something that truly, truly summarizes. You ready? Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage means you move forward in the face of fear and you defeat it. How's that? I think that's you. That's truly you. So thank you, everybody here, for taking the time out of your busy day to help Stevie and Dan to explore and explain this amazing health science anti-aging breakthrough to the world. So on behalf of everybody, have a wonderful day. Enjoy your life. Go out and make a difference in the world. But before I go, I found another quote. One of the biggest lessons I've learned, you can focus on the reasons why you must make your dreams come true. Or you can focus on the excuses why it couldn't be done. What do you want more? Your dreams or your excuses? You decide. Have a fabulous day. Great afternoon. Dan!
I've got one for you. Sometimes you don't know what you've got in the palm of your hands until you open up your mind. That's actually from me, what I posted today.
I saw that. And I thought I'd pin
that's a Dan Doyle.
That is. I saw that. Have a fabulous night, fabulous day.
Thank you, guys.
Afternoon. Much love to you all. Be safe.
Bye.
We do. We appreciate you as well. Bye.